Okay, so the time has come for another coding challenge, and here is what I would like you to try to do. Currently, as we can see on the right-hand side, every one of our taco cards is rendering the same taco image, the Crunchy Taco Supreme. And that is because in our taco card component, we are hard coding the Crunchy Taco Supreme JPEG image right here as the argument to the source attribute of our image element. What I'd like for you to do is to modify the taco card component so that it receives a new prop called image, and that image prop will be a reference to an imported JPEG file, an image in other words. Now, the way it's actually going to flow into the component is going to be as a string. So in addition to accepting an image prop and using it within the JSX, I also would like for you to add the image prop to our prop types declaration down below. And obviously, when you finish with all of that in taco card, that is only one half of the equation, because then the complementary side of that equation is in the app component. We then need to provide that image prop to each taco card component with the corresponding image. So you'll notice in our source assets directory right here, we have a whole bunch of JPEGs. And for each of these three tacos that we have, Crunchy Taco Supreme, Doritos Taco Supreme, and Soft Taco Supreme, I have a corresponding JPEG image right here. So you'll need to import that logic right here and pass down the imported image via the image prop to the taco card component, and then of course utilize it in the body of taco card. So at the end, what you should see on the right-hand side is three different images for three different tacos right above their three different names. So go ahead and pause the video and attempt that challenge yourself, and then I will join you in just a moment to walk you through my solution. Okay, so let's walk through a sample solution to this problem. Technically, we can approach the problem in either direction. We can start with the parent component or with the child component. In this case, I'm going to start with the child component, which is taco card. So I'd like taco card to be able to receive an image prop, which means it's going to flow in via a props object that is going to be the first parameter to our taco card function. So right here in this destructured object, I'm also going to expect to find an image property. All right. And what I want to do with that image prop or image property is utilize it right here. So rather than hard coding the SRC to always be Crunchy Taco Supreme, I'm simply going to provide the value of the image prop that I will receive from my parent component. So immediately you see that our import for Crunchy Taco Supreme is no longer needed because we are not directly referencing it anywhere in our file. And that should make sense because our image will now be dynamic. It will be customizable and it will be determined by the parent component that is rendering a taco card. As I mentioned in the introduction, this image will actually come in as a string. So right here, I can add an image property, which indicates my taco card will receive an image prop. And once again, I'm going to say prop types.string so that in the browser, we can validate that it is indeed a string. And then I'm also going to add is required to validate that the parent component must actually give me a value for that image prop. As soon as I do that, you can see Prettier modified a bunch of this code. So everything is functional. Now on the right-hand side, you'll notice everything breaks and we fall back to the alt text. And that, of course, is because we now specified an image prop to be received by taco card, but the app component that is rendering three taco cards is not providing the image prop to any one of them. So, of course, everything is failing on the right-hand side. So this is a good error because it is to be expected. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut and paste this code right here, our former import of Crunchy Taco Supreme, because we are going to need it in our app. So right here, I'll begin by importing our Crunchy Taco Supreme image. That is one of three images we're going to need. And then I'm going to also import the other two that we're going to need. So Doritos Taco Supreme and Soft Taco Supreme. So right here, I'm going to import an image and I'll call it Doritos Taco Supreme. And that is going to come from the assets directory. And once again, the file here is going to be called Doritos Taco Supreme, and make sure to add on the .jpeg extension. Then on the line below, I will import an image and give it the name Soft Taco Supreme. And that is similarly going to come from the assets directory. And then the image is called Soft Taco Supreme.jpg. So now we have our images imported in the app component. But of course, nothing will change on the right because we're not providing those images down to the taco card component. So how do we do that? We do that with props. Now, it's very important to note that because we chose to give this prop the name image right here, it obviously has to be image inline right here. So you are welcome to choose your prop names, whether it be name or image or nonsense, right? It doesn't matter what your prop names are, but whatever you call it on either side of the equation, the parent or the child, you must honor that contract on the other side. So since we called the prop image in taco card, here I need to provide an exact prop with image. And keep in mind, React is case sensitive just like JavaScript. So it can't be image with a capital I or anything like that. It must be the prop exactly as it's declared in the child. So for this first taco card, which is a Crunchy Taco Supreme, I'm going to provide my Crunchy Taco Supreme reference imported from above. And when I save this, you can see on the right-hand side, our first taco appears. And this returns us back to normal, but this was always the taco image that we duplicated in the first place. So to verify that everything is working correctly, let's then provide an image prop to our second taco card. And this one is the Doritos Taco Supreme taco. So I will provide the corresponding Doritos Taco Supreme image, which I imported on line number 4, save that. And there we go. Now we have a completely different taco for that taco card. Finally, for our third taco card, once again, image prop, an equal sign, then we are providing a dynamic reference. So again, we are in JavaScript land in order to provide a reference to a name in our program. That's why we need the curly braces. And then right here, I'm going to reference Soft Taco Supreme, save that, and there we go. So now, take a look at how the beauty of React appears in front of us. We have a reusable taco card component, which keeps aspects about it that are similar, such as a white box of a certain width that has a flex box that organizes its elements in a certain order of image, then taco title, then button. But despite the commonality, with the use of props, we have also enabled customization. Each component can be slightly different because the parent can customize parts or sections of how the component works by providing props, in our case, such as name or image. So that's why props are such a powerful feature of React, because they enable us to avoid constant hard coding and customize a component to be more flexible. We can have little chunks or sections of a component that we can customize or alter or change from component render to component render. So we don't need a separate taco card for every type of taco, right? We can just use one taco card component, keep the elements that are the same within that JSX, and then take the elements that vary and pass them in through the form of props from the parent component, which in our case is app. So hopefully that demonstrates the benefit of props in React. That's all there is to cover in this lesson, so I will see you in the next one.